incredible location that really is going to make my year so far if we end up finding it.
Feeling a little bit sick.
Come on!
It's massive!
But wow, this is turning out to be quite an adventure, Janine. It's like a treasure hunt. Not actually sure if we're trespassing at the moment or what.
You're driving a tractors and everything going down the damn thing.
No way!
Even I find it really odd.
Oh my god! This is so weird!
This is like far beyond how far I thought we would go with this adventure.
Welcome back to the channel. We're Janine and Liam Day, a married couple who have spent the last 2.5 years doing full-time van life in the UK. We are currently halfway into a new adventure doing van life in Ireland, heading from south to north on the incredible Wild Atlantic Way. It's been a hell of a journey so far, and we've seen things and places more beautiful than anything we could have ever imagined. We are now halfway through the trip, and we simply weren't ready for what was waiting for us on this next section of the journey. Liam crosses something off his bucket list that's been on it for at least 15 years, and a man walks into my life that changes everything.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel and the Wild Atlantic Way. We are still on it in Western Ireland, and this is where we parked up last night. What an incredible location, right at the bottom of this windmill and next to this beautiful estuary here. It's been a good one. It's how we ended the Dingle Peninsula, which has definitely been a highlight on the trip so far. We are driving a VW T6 and camping in this. If you know the reason why by now. If not, go back and watch a few episodes. Our campervan's at home, unfortunately. But we're having a good time in it. It's like proper camping. We have to be properly organised and all that sort of business. And talking of organisation, today we're going north, and I don't think that this next place here counts as a peninsula. I'm not so sure, but it does stick out. We're going to a place called Dublin. It's the next place up for us, and at Dublin we're catching a ferry to another island. I've got to get the Ireland and the island right. Another island off the coast of Ireland. Really fascinating place. There's an epic film location along the way. You're going to really enjoy that one. And then for the rest of the day we've got something really fun planned. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to start retracing some of Janine's heritage roots. As you know, she's half Irish. She's got no idea about where she comes from, where her mum comes from. We're going to be hopefully heading back to that place. It's going to be very, very interesting. There's a lot of fun to be had. But right now, we've got a ferry to catch, and it's about a 2.5 hour drive. Hey, you ready to go?
Yes!
Get the rubbish sorted.
Just sorting out the rubbish, yeah.
What do you think about rubbish bins in Ireland?
There are none in Ireland. It's completely void of rubbish bins. It's quite difficult, so little bags is the way forwards.
Little bags and find one when you can.
Yes.
Right, let's get going.
After an early morning rubbish sort out, we headed off on a big road trip to go and see an ancient island.
The talking, the rumors didn't mean anything because you swore you had me, I had you, like a stream in the spring, we were brand new.
Okay, so we have made it to the ferry port on time. Although admittedly I'm feeling a little bit sick because Liam's been pelting it through these roads and they've been like twisty and turny and bumpy, but we can see the sun coming through a tiny bit through the clouds, so it's really cheered up. Today we are off to the Arran Isles to go and check out and see what they're all about.
We made our way through the popular and picturesque little Dublin town, where we'll be catching a ferry over to the Arran Islands.
We're in a rush.
Yeah. Rush to get a coffee before the boat goes. We got some snacks because we're going off to an island where potentially they won't have anything. And they gave us a free smoothie bowl pot as well, which is so nice of them. Everyone's just so bloody lovely. We made it. Coffee in hand as well, bagel. We're about to board the boat to the Isles of Arran, which is like, from what it's been described, it's like ancient island. It's been restored kept as ancient island. So it's like people live there and everything, but it's like proper ancient. It's a must to go and see. So that's where we're going to be spending the day today, and it's actually quite exciting. Another boat trip, Janine.
You really got me stuck, then you walked away. While I was in the shock, you would drift astray.
Perfect.
Right at the front.
I don't know.
You'll be able to see out the window here.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've got a table.
I reckon go this way.
It's going to be going, you don't want to be going backwards.
And we'll be dry.
Oh, it's a challenge trying to find your seat. You don't want to go backwards because you don't want to get seasick. You want to see the horizon, because if you look at the horizon it stops you from getting seasick, and you don't wave food in front of your nose. Anything to not get seasick, because yeah,
It might happen to you.
it might happen. Oh dear.
We'll sit here because we're going forward. Not bad. No, so they're just turning round, don't worry.
Are they? We're going back. But at least I can see the horizon.
So with a full house, a sandwich in hand and a boat eventually going forwards, we set sail to the Arran Islands, staring at the horizon to not be sick. Thankfully we don't have to climb the green slimy ladder, so we left the boat to be greeted by a local Arran Island tour guide.
Here now.
Yeah.
We're going out to the fort for roughly an hour and a half here.
Yeah.
Because there's 20 minutes up and down walking to the fort.
Yeah.
There's a lovely cafe and craft shop. Then we go to the churches, stop at the Man of Ireland, back to the Inn and back with the seals. Takes 2.5 hours. 20 the same as the bike.
How much is it?
€20.
€20.
Each,
Do
yeah.
you go to the wormhole?
We do.
You go to the wormhole
Yeah,
too,
it's
yeah?
a nice walk. We'll show you the wormhole, yes?
Yeah. Have we got time to go and use the toilets a second?
I would stop at the toilet. There's no toilets here. I would stop at the toilet on the way up.
Introducing John, the tour guide born on the island and working for Overland Island Tours for over 20 years, we decided that we would experience the island with him, and with his wit and dry sense of humour, we made a great choice. Our unbooked quirky tour bus is a great way to see the sights of Inish Island, as the driver is fully aware that he needs to drop you back off to the ferry before it leaves for the day. Inish has gained even more popularity recently, as it was the location of the film Banshees of Inisherin, a dark story of two friends living in a remote part of Ireland, starring Colin Farrell, who spent 3 months living on the island whilst shooting. You can also see the island by bicycle, which you can rent for €10 to €15 for the day. From what we discovered, there is one main grocery shop, one ATM and a few cafes, and a pub of course. Make sure you bring cash, as it seemed to be preferable at the two places we stopped at. The main attractions on the island is two ancient sites, comprising of a church built in the 7th or 8th century, which was for a long time one of the biggest monastic foundations and centre of pilgrimages in the whole of Western Ireland. Buried here are apparently 7 saints, but we could not find them. The next site was the main attraction, a fort by the name of Dun Awangasa, apologies for the pronunciation. Dating over 3,000 years old, this ancient fort, even to this day, is full of wonders, facing out towards the Atlantic, sitting directly on top of 90-metre high cliffs with no fences to stop tourists peering over the edge. From here you really get to see why the Arran Islands are so special.
My god, the fort is gorgeous, but when you go through the little archway and you come out and you can see the coastline and the sheer drop, I'm not getting anywhere near the edge because it is literally, oh my god, it's really scary. But Liam's sitting on it, oh my god.
After 2 steps, I lost my balance. And you know, that's when the colors started to change.
Best view we've seen so far, I reckon, is off the edge of this fort overlooking the cliffs. Insane views. Incredible. The fact that you can just sit on the edge and just look over them with there's no fences up or anything. There's not even any plaques up to tell you any information about the place. It's just a free-for-all, but it's bloody brilliant for that reason as well. I love it.
Okay, so we are just waiting for our minibus to come and pick us up, but just reflecting on this little tour that we've been on today. By the way, the sun has come out and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Feels like summer.
It feels like summer finally. And so yeah, to get over to the island you have to catch a boat, and that costs €65 return. When we got onto the island we got a little minibus tour which cost €20, and it cost €5 to go to the fort. So that's all the pricing, but I would highly recommend coming over here, because when you get here, if you can ignore all the tourists, you really feel like you've come back in time. It feels so authentic, and you're out in the heart of Ireland, which you are. But yeah, it's a really good experience, so having a lot of fun over here on this island.
We jumped back on the minibus and drove back to the ferry, where we paid a little extra to be taken the scenic route back to the mainland, past the impressive Cliffs of Moher. The Cliffs of Moher in County Clare are over 300 million years old, sticking out of the Atlantic Ocean up to 214 metres high and stretching along the coastline for 8 kilometres. This is Ireland's most visited natural attraction, and when you're sailing along at the very bottom of them, staring up, you can see why. They are so unique that many movies has used them as a significant film location, including and most famously The Princess Bride, where they are the Cliffs of Insanity. Harry Potter and Dumbledore have also filmed here in The Half-Blood Prince.
Okay, we're back in the camper van. That was an incredible day out, but it's now evening, and so we need to look for a park up. As we are in the area, it would be rude not to head to some incredible location that really is going to make my year so far if we end up finding it. This whole area is called the Burren, where we are now, where we're driving through now, and it's where Father Ted was filmed. If you don't know what Father Ted is, it's an incredible, brilliant, one of the best comedies on British UK TV, but it's an Irish comedy about a priest, a Catholic priest, and it's so below the belt humour. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's one of my favourite comedies of all time, and we are in the area where Father Ted's, where it was filmed. A lot of it was filmed, including Father Ted's house. So we're on our way now trying to find Father Ted's house. Bloody hell, if I can find that, it will be fantastic. So wish us luck.
Okay, so we think we're about 1 kilometre away from his house, and it's really exciting. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's literally like vast landscape, no other buildings around. I imagined it had lots of other sort of buildings, a little village nearby, but there's literally nothing. This is how close we are.
It says it's there. It says it's just there, which is just up here apparently.
Come on.
Come on, Father Ted.
Come on, Father Ted.
Come on, Father Ted Crilly. Come on. This is going to be brilliant if it is. Come on.
Fingers crossed, praying. Come
Hey! That's it. We found it.
Hey! Oh my God!
That's it. We found it.
That's it. I can't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Wow. That's his house. It's massive.
We bloody found it. We only went and bloody found it.
It's massive. It's much bigger than I expected it to be. I don't know why, because it actually looks really big in the programme, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly. You recognise it straight away.
Yeah.
I recognised it straight away.
Yeah.
So we found it, and it really is in the middle of nowhere, like completely. Welcome to Craggy Island.
Woohoo!
Craggy Island. Apparently a family living there, and the front door's open now. So like it'd be wrong to disturb in any sort of way, but we've got to get a selfie in front of it.
Yeah.
And in fact, we can leave the van here, I reckon.
Can we?
Just pulled into like a
Just go
farmer's
for a walk.
thing. But we've got to go quick. We've got to go quick.
It's not shouting at us. Oh my god. Wow. Absolutely awesome to see this house. It's such a gorgeous house as well. Excited, are you?
I'm well excited. How can a house bring so much happiness? Can I say it?
What?
I hear you're a racist now, father.
I hear you're a racist now, father. What?
Okay, cool. So that's a massive bucket list thing ticked off the list. We have finally seen Father Ted's house.
Yeah, apparently there's some more Father Ted locations around the area if you're well into the series, like different pubs that they've been to and from different scenes and stuff. Maybe we'll check them out tomorrow morning if we can. But that is just the pinnacle, the absolute pinnacle. I'm happy. Let's go and eat.
Yes, I'm hungry.
Go on, have a cup of tea. One.
Some more Father Ted fans there.
So there's definitely no park ups outside Father Ted's house or around the area, unfortunately. So we're heading back to the coast to hopefully find a park up with sea views. We headed for a town called Inish, where we found a car park that we could fit under the barrier, just
2 metre barrier, and we fit with just about that much room. Our van is a complete disaster. Our van is just a complete disaster because we were so exhausted yesterday that we didn't do the washing up. And if you don't do the washing up in a small van like this, you've had it. It's just a nightmare. And we've also got a bin as well. And you can't find any bins anywhere in Ireland. So we've got a bin that we need to get rid of. But we're gonna fix it now. We're gonna tidy up, and everything's going to be good.
Being domestic gods and goddesses, we did the dishes and made a simple meal, crackers with antipasti and some delicious cashew cream cheese, which we bought from a local market. We sat back and watched an episode of Father Ted and relaxed after a very busy day on the west coast of Ireland.
Days are speeding by. There ain't no time to cry about giving up on things I really need. Like laying on your chest, no distractions, moving with nowhere to go. So pull me close, baby love, kiss me the way I like it. I'm sick and tired of fighting it just.
Good morning from Inish. I want to say Inish, Inish. This beautiful place by the beach here. This is actually a little surf town. It's really nice. I walked the miles and miles journey to try and find a bin last night, and I quite liked it. It had a good vibe about it. The reason why we're actually come back here now, it's not far away from the ferry. It's a little further south. We obviously we're on the Wild Atlantic Way, so we want to stick to the coast. But here has a leisure centre. This is the key to us not going to any campsites on the Wild Atlantic Way. Not that there's anything wrong with campsites, it's just that we prefer to free camp. We have views like this and it's free. Fair enough, the leisure centres cost money, but at this leisure centre, hopefully as well, we could either sneak in one or all of these things. Shower, most important thing. Sauna, steam room. A lot of them have saunas and steam rooms. Brilliant, no better way to get clean and relax. And maybe even a gym session as well. It's been very windy and very rainy on this Wild Atlantic Way trip, so we haven't got as much hiking in as we want, and we want to get a bit of a workout in if we can. So that's the plan this morning, and then Janine's got something very special planned today. Morning, we all set?
Yeah, good to go.
What's going on today after the gym?
Today is such an exciting day. We are off to, finally, we're going to go and see where my mum is from, where she was born and where she lived during her childhood, and the town where her and all of her sisters sort of lived, worked. I think her sister worked in one of the pubs and the school they went to and the church. I'm really interested in the church that they went to, so yeah, we're going to go and see all of that today.
Essentially today is you finding your roots.
Yes, I'm going to find my roots today, but first I can't let the family down by turning up without a shower, so I'm going to go and have a wash.
And on that note, we headed off for a workout at the local leisure centre, where we both took showers before making our way to a place called Mullingar. We are diverting slightly from the Wild Atlantic Way, but coming here is the main reason for coming to Ireland, as it's where my mum spent the first part of her life, growing up as an Irish girl in the countryside. My mum was unsure if I'd be able to find where she grew up, but before we started that search, we headed to Mullingar town centre, where we got a last-minute invite that we couldn't refuse.
Okay, cool, we are on our way into Mullingar now. We're almost there, and this is going to be so weird. So yeah, in about 2 minutes we'll be in the town of Mullingar, and we're both feeling pretty hungry actually after our gym workout today and that long drive. So coincidentally, we were looking through our Instagram and we got a message from some cafe owners who have said come in and they've got vegan options, so I think we're gonna head there. We haven't had a chance to respond back, so I think we're just gonna go in there and sort of surprise them and say hi, which could be funny.
Always funny, always funny.
Always funny, yeah, so off we go to Mullingar.
We can go back, we can go to the other side, where dreams can come alive, come alive, come alive.
What a cool cafe, it's so nice. Cheryl, the owner, isn't actually in today, which is such a shame. She's the one that invited us in, but I don't know, maybe she might pop in. She's been told that we're here anyway, so fingers crossed she pops in. It would be lovely to meet her.
We decided to order some of the tasty food from the plant-based menu, something we weren't used to seeing in Ireland so far. We both couldn't resist the round Cheerios with a plate of fries and a coffee. It was all delicious. Whilst we were eating, the staff called up the lovely and kind owners, Cheryl and Marion, and they came down to meet us. The quirky artwork and decor of the colourful cafe made complete sense when we met them. They were a lot of fun and we could have spent ages talking to them, but we were on a mission to find the village where my mum grew up and maybe even her house. As luck would have it, they knew the area that my mum is from and how we should go about getting there. They told us to go to a small local shop when we arrived in the village and they would help us further.
I hope you guys find your ancestors, so that'd be so awesome.
Thank you so much for inviting us in there. I really appreciate it. We'll find them. Won't we? We've got tons of information. That's going to really help.
Yeah, if you come out here and hit the main road and just go all the way out. And
Yeah.
Go out that way. And then there'll be a store and turn left towards Dysart and go out there and bring you right up into
Castletown.
Yeah.
We finished our delicious meal with an energy ball before saying our goodbyes and following the trail to my mum's former village. Along the way we stopped off at a gift shop where I bought my mum something made from the local silver. I was now getting nervous and excited all at the same time for potentially finding a part of my history in Castletown, County Westmeath.
And we are now in the tiny little village that my mum was from, called Castletown. And we're just going through. There's a few little houses, but there doesn't seem to be. Oh, they're so cute. I think we've just gone past the town centre. I'm only joking. Actually, I can see a church up there. My mum mentioned a church, so let's go check that out. Ned Claffey's. That is where. What is that? The pub?
That's the pub.
That's the pub. That's where my mum used to go drinking. And Claffey's grocery store. Oh, and the church. Oh, it's all happening around here. Okay, we've found it. We got a little bit confused. We weren't patient enough, I don't think. So we drove down the road a tiny little bit further and we've come across the grocery store that my mum used to shop at, the pub where my mum used to go in and drink, and then she used to go home and get told off by her mum for drinking.
Underage.
Probably. And the church that she also went to. So this is where it's happening. So we're going to go and have a look around. But anyway, regardless of the fact that it's anything to do with my mum, it's actually so nice to be in the heart of Ireland in some remote, tiny little pretty village in the middle of nowhere. And it's really authentically Irish, and it's actually a really nice place as well. Driving through here, yeah, it's really sort of quaint and quiet, and yeah, And the church is gorgeous as well, so let's go and have a look.
Something from Claffey's.
We walked into Claffey's grocery shop and Liam asked the shopkeeper if she knew of my mum's family, the Dailies. Considering that my mum's family haven't been in these parts for almost 60 years, to our surprise she knew of the house but got straight on the phone to call someone who might be able to help further. And then in walked Sean McCormick.
Hello.
Sean, question for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dailies in Ballincask?
Yes.
Do
you do?
Help them out.
Well, who's your mum?
That's my mum that used to live there. Do you know Dimpner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my mum. So I've come back to just see where she grew up and where she lived.
What? How far up is the house, the ruins?
It's not that far up.
Isn't it?
No.
No. So just up this road here, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
After I'm the one struck us and you're following me up the road.
No, Sean will direct you because he's.
Oh, we can. Oh, can we convoy? Oh, brilliant.
You can follow me up the road.
No, he's going to.
I'll just show you the road or whatever.
Oh, thank
be
you. That's very.
amazing.
What's your name, sir? Sean O'Connor.
Sean McCormick. The only one and only.
Sean McConnell.
Sean McCormick.
That's good, isn't it, Janine? Eh? Yeah. Your mum will be pleased that we managed to get close. Anyway, we thought this was as close as we were going to get.
Yeah.
So the shopkeeper knew someone who might know where. Oh, Daly. I know the name Daly, but I know someone who'll know the name Daly more. Called this guy Sean in. Sean comes in and who quite clearly knew Janine's mum and her sisters, and was very, very, very shocked to see Janine's mum's daughter stood in front of him, and very shocked indeed. And then he said he'll take us to where they used to live, which is where we're going now. We're in convoy. He's getting a bit of a jog on, so we have to get a bit of a move on. But wow, this is turning out to be quite an adventure, Janine. It's like a treasure hunt.
I know. Oh my god, his reaction was just brilliant.
Priceless.
Absolutely priceless. But he's taken us there now. How exciting is this? Oh my god, we would have never found this. I wonder if we
Is it down here, is it?
No, the house is down there.
Oh, is it? Can we drive down there, or you don't recommend it?
Yeah, well, I was saying to drive you down, but you're better off, you know, when you're here. Walk down the road.
Walk it. We'll park here.
Walk it.
Yeah, no one's using these gates, are they? They've not been used for
Walk here and keep going on down.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can walk in and come out, but you'll walk down on and you'll see there's the ruins of a house down there.
Okay.
And it's down there.
Okay. We're into the house down there, and that's your mum's house.
That's my mum's house.
Sean, thank you so much.
It's down there now. I haven't been down there ages now. I don't really know what the hell is down there. You won't get lost down there anyway.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
You definitely won't get lost, and you'll find a place to turn in. And the house is on your left, the ruins or whatever. Yeah. It's there. It's on the left-hand side.
Wow. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And all of my aunties and my mum are going to be watching this, so I guess will you say hello to them?
Hello. Sean McCormick's the name. Corners of the hollow. We were all born up there. Well, my father and all there. All. Brennan's the moors outside.
He's been Sean's been very helpful. So he's been very, very helpful. We wouldn't have found it without him. So thank you very much.
And will you drive the damn thing down it?
Yeah. I tell you, if it was my vehicle, I'd take it down. Because it's someone else's, I think I dare we'd come out alive.
You'll drive it out the stretches and everything going down the damn thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, we fancy a walk anyway. All we've done is eat today, so we'll park it here. I don't think anyone's using this space here, are they? We'll park it here and have a walk. It's a nice day for a walk, isn't it, in Mullingar?
Okay, park it here and I'll park my yoke and I'll walk down along with you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Right, we'll park it in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a nice guy. He's been really helpful actually, and he's going to come down this road with us, which is apparently at the end is going to be my mum's old derelict house. So let's go have a look at that.
Not actually sure if we're trespassing at the moment or what, but we're with Sean, so we're all right. Let's hope we'll soon find out if we're trespassing or not.
Wow. No way.
Yeah, this is it.
I was expecting it to be
All caved in, yeah.
it's like someone's renovated it.
Oh yeah, this is it.
That's amazing. What a lovely little house.
So strange. Even I find it really odd. Like spooky. It's almost eerie.
It is really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. In fact, yeah, it is really, really spooky. Shall I go in?
It's so weird to think that this is your mum's. Your mum's has been. How many times has your mum passed through this doorway?
Do you know, it's so nice. I know that it's like ramshackled, but if you imagine it in its full potential, it is such a nice house.
All right, grand designs, get in.
No, but with like the windows. Oh, I'd love a project like this. But I am a bit scared to go in.
It's just.
What if someone's in there?
No, it's all right. Go on. Go on.
Hello.
God, what would you do if you heard? What would you do if you heard a hello?
Don't. I'm freaking out.
Well, you're freaking yourself out. You asked for that.
Oh my god, this is so weird. Shall I go through? I'm actually really scared.
What happens if Sean's actually an axe murderer?
Oh no.
Oh, they've got plenty of wood in here, haven't they?
Morgonen gryr, de djupa skogarna tystnar. Natthimlen glittrar, dimman ligger tät. Morgonen gryr, de djupa skogarna tystnar. Natthimlen glittrar, dimman ligger tät. Morgonen gryr, de djupa skogarna tystnar.
Just be careful. Whoa! Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Okay, let's just do it. Let's go in. What I'm interested in is the fireplace. My mum always used to speak about the fireplace where they'd sit around, and my nan would make bread and make barn brack for the whole family. But she'd make it on the fireplace, and I think that's there behind all this wood.
Sean!
Is that the fireplace? Yeah, it is, look.
Oh, is it? You can see the...
yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
This is the fireplace that my mum always used to speak about.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's a nice... I can imagine it was nice.
Oh yeah.
It was a lovely little house.
Be careful, sweetheart, are you?
Yeah, I'm trying. Ooh. And here's the spare room. Oh, and another fireplace.
You got this, not very Irish, have you?
Just incredible. Like, I don't know if... It must just be because this is where my mum lived for her childhood, but it's just so strange to see and to think that we're in the middle of Ireland and this is where my mum grew up. What do you think to that then?
I'm just amazed. I did not realise that we'd be here doing this. This is like far beyond how far I thought we would go with this adventure. Thanks to Sean.
We've taken this to the nth degree, seriously, but it's absolutely amazing.
Man, good man. Keep the bachelor. How was that?
That was so good. That was better than I expected, and we would not have found this place without Sean helping us.
What's it like being in the area where your mum spent so many years of her life?
It felt weird, it felt spooky, like it almost felt like, you know, like, I don't know. It was spooky because the house isn't working anymore, and so it's the last person that lived in that house was my mum and her family, so no one's lived there since, so it felt like her kind of essence was there, and yeah, so it did feel really spooky, but really good as well. like they left it how they left it. Like I found the most thing interesting was you could see like the wallpaper. My mum had bright yellow walls and a bright blue door, and I know that seems weird, but that decorated would have looked gorgeous with that yellow and blue.
Yeah, it would have done.
Like really nice thatched cottage with bright coloured walls. I'd love to see it.
She's got so much similar decoration sense as you have.
Yeah.
As we left my mum's home and village, a place where she spent the first part of her life, I couldn't help but feel like once again something had been lifted from my shoulders. I could have gone my whole life saying I'm half Irish to people when they ask, but now I truly know where 50% of my being comes from, and that's really important to me. I don't know why, but as we drove out of my mum's pretty rural Irish village, I wanted one last glimpse of the stunning St Michael's Church and the pub which we were just told featured in one of the late Sinead O'Connor's music videos. We've only been in Ireland a couple of weeks so far, but I'm already really proud of my heritage and proud of my mum for who she is and where she comes from. It's fair to say I can't wait to see what the rest of Ireland has in store for us as we travel further north along the Wild Atlantic Way.
Silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same old theme in 2018. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their guns and their drones. In your head, they are dying.
We wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally